you soaking wet?
Yes. I guess we want to take wet today. Here. I guess it's wet today.
Welcome to a slightly delayed coffee in the garden. My hyperemesis kind of got the best of me, and I just couldn't manage to come out this past week and take any video. I did pop out occasionally and take care of a couple things, but by and large, just had to stay inside and rest and pray and take meds. So here's what we've been doing. We've been planting out some more cool crops. I'll show you over there some onions and celery and a couple herbs. And I'm about ready to start hardening off my warm stuff, my tomatoes and things like that. But I have another funny thing to show you. And that is that I tried to plant a cover crop last year, or end of last summer, because I thought, oh, that'll help improve my crop. And they didn't ever pop up, and I was like, oh, bad seed, or maybe it froze too fast or something, I don't know. Anyway, but I had broadcast those purple top turnips all over my garden so that it could break up and rot through the winter. Well, now I've got purple top turnips coming up everywhere, and I'll show you. There is not a single spot that does not have purple top turnips sprouting everywhere. That's a violet, but this is purple top turnip. Everywhere. All those little kind of roundy leaves. Yep, turnips. So guess who has to learn how to cook and use turnips? I hear they're kind of a lower carb potato, so I guess we'll try something new this year. Yeah, I'm going to be thinning a lot of them out, and yeah, I'll be letting a lot of them rot in the ground wherever I can, but they're planted right in where I have everything else planted, so I'm going to have to see what that means for us. So yeah, all right. Other interesting things that have happened. This morning, my husband had to kill a raccoon. It was in our shed. He went out to smoke his pipe while it was raining, so he hangs out in the shed then, and this raccoon comes at him. And that was the end of little Rocky Raccoon. Thank goodness we had a splitting maul in there, and that just did the trick. Another thing, felt bad, but it had to happen again. Papa Robin was making a nest under my eaves on some of those things. I've moved them since then, but had a big old nest there. I checked if there were any eggs. No eggs. So nest had to come down because I'm going to be growing my vegetables there, and I can't be having birds perched right above my vegetables. So oh well, sorry Papa Robin. At least you have some time to rebuild. So let's see, I'll show you some clips of me planting, and then I'll show you what everything looks like today. So the garlic I planted over here is doing really well, and this one was probably the stuff that I bought at the farmer's market. It gets about 4 cloves to a bulb, and then over there was stuff I planted just from the store, and clearly it's not doing as well. It was probably an older garlic. There's a few that you can see right there, and there's a couple on that side too. But that's about it. Now, I just got the celery in. I did not start this celery from seed. So if you were following, this is not that experiment celery that I used from celery seed seasoning. This is just a nursery bot. So, not very many nursery bot things going in my garden this year, but that one was. Same with the cilantro and the purple basil right here because mine just decided not to grow. Alright, over here, all sorts of cute little onions. I got a Texas one and a Walla Walla, I think, if memory serves. So they're doing really well, and I've actually got them in rows, guys. Kind of nuts, honestly. Remember how proud I was of all my little radishes coming up and poking up? Yes, I have a giant dandelion there. It just rained, so it should be not too hard to get that out. But remember all those? Yeah, purple top turnips. That's not bad. All right. So we'll see which ones end up being actual radishes, right? Same over there. But I do have broccoli planted, and over there some cabbage. Peas are still having a little bit of trouble popping up. We'll see how they do this year. Kind of a mystery how things turn out, huh? As soon as I said that about the peas and walked over to take a closer look, I realized I should just call myself a liar because I see a whole bunch of peas. Let me show them to you. There's one. And here's another one and another one next to it. Let's see. Those are violets. Here's a decent sized pea plant. And then, I'm not going to squat along this whole way, but there's some way over here that are doing especially well. Let's take a look at those guys. Aww. The rhubarb is doing well, and I've got little lettuce seeds popping up too. I know they're lettuce seeds because they're a different color. But here's the rhubarb. Pretty happy. We'll see how well it does. And I have my first asparagus shoot, and I'm very excited about that. It's warming up beautifully. Let me go show you my asparagus shoot. Ooh, slippery. It rained a lot just now. All right, hard to see. Let's see how long. Oh, there it is. There's my asparagus shoot. Cannot harvest it this year. I got like 1-year crowns. That means that I cannot harvest it this year. I need to wait a year or two and get more growing. So hopefully I do see a few more pop up. But, oh, just as I was saying something, here's another one. See, these are tricky. These are trees that make me think it's asparagus, and it's not. Because I have a maple tree right there. But 2 asparagus shoots so far. And, I don't know, maybe it's like a Where's Waldo thing, and maybe you guys see more than I do, but at least that's 2. You know that rose bush I talked about before? Dead. Ta-da! Shooting up from the rootstock. Not the same kind I bought. It's whatever kind it originated at. Hopefully that showed him a shot here. We've even got a few little potato sprouts. Some are sprouting a little better than others. And not all of these are potato sprouts. Some of these are other things. But yay for potatoes. Alright, so let's end this video on a little educational note. And I'll tell you a few ways that you can trellis up climbing plants like cucumbers, peas, and beans. Number 1, use fence posts. Get a couple of them and pull string in between them. Just kind of a zigzag. Back and forth. They can climb up that. Or if you have extra fence, they can climb up that too. You can also use your fence line if it's in a good spot. Another thing that you can use are tomato cages. They're not just for tomatoes, as long as they're anchored in and not going to fall over. You can use these slightly more fancy pretty cute ones. You can use strong willow branches. Although I will let you know that if you stick a willow branch in the ground, it will probably start to grow a willow tree. So take it off, pull it out when the season's done. If you're growing in a high tunnel, you can suspend it from the ceiling joists. You can suspend string and stuff and let them climb up it. And honestly, if your kid would climb it, so will peas. So yeah, keep that in mind. All right, guys. Wish me luck for this week. And sorry about the delay. Hopefully everyone still enjoyed the Coffee in the Garden episode. And hopefully next week we'll have even more to show you and update you on. I've got to get back to helping garden plan for a lady up in Alaska. She's got a big plan, but needs just a little help executing it, so I'm getting to help her out. And it's going to be pretty neat to see her grow out in the bush. All right. God bless you all, and we'll see you next week.